Good morning. Welcome to Rise IAS Raja Avula. Today our topic is Imperial Kakatiyas. In the part of the Imperial Kakatiyas, originally the Imperial Kakatiya rule start from the Rudradeva, but we already discussed the part of the Rudradeva and Mahadeva. Now we will turn into the Ganapati Deva. Ganapati Deva, he was a imperial Kakatiya ruler. Ganapati Deva, he ruled from 1199 to 1262. The rule of the Ganapati Deva started in 1199. He was the greatest among all the Kakatiya rulers. But during the time of the Kakatiya king Mahadeva died, Ganapati Deva was in the captive of Jaitrapala Yadava king. So while he was in the captive of the Jaitrapala Yadava king, Jaitrapala's son Singana he helped to the Ganapati Deva. Because of Singana, Ganapati Deva was released from the jail. We are knowing this information from the Singana title. Singana has the title Telugu Raya Sthapanacharya. That title was given to the Singana. That is one thing. And another thing, while Ganapati Deva was in the jail, in the captive of the Yadavas of Devagiri, while Ganapati Deva was in the prison of the Yadavas of Devagiri, the feudals of the Kakatiyas were revolted. They wanted to declare independence. That is one side. There occurred disturbance in the Andhra kingdom. And another thing, Hoysala king, Veeraballala II, he raised his hand, and Veeraballala II, he was occupying most parts of the Yadava kingdom. He several times defeated Yadavas. Yadavas became very weak because of the rise of Hoysala kingdom. So it may be cause for the release of the Ganapati Deva from the prison. And Ganapati Deva, while he was in the jail, he saw faithful army general Rechalla Rudra, he suppressed all the revolts of the feudals and he protected the Kakatiya kingdom. That's why Rechalla Rudra, he was called as Kakati Rajya Bhara Dhaureya. Kakati Rajya Bhara Dhaureya. This was the title was given to the Ganapati Deva's army general Rechalla Rudra. So then after that, Ganapati Deva, he released from the jail. But he did not accept the sovereignty of the Yadavas. And he was also not feudal of the Yadava kingdom. And Ganapati Deva, whenever he released from the jail, the first Mudigonda Chalukya king, Nagabhupala, he reoccupied the Koravi. And also Prithviswara, he revolted against the Kakatiyas. Originally Prithviswara was feudal of the Kakatiyas. And he declared independence. Prithviswara declared independence in the coastal Andhra. During this situation, Ganapati Deva, he wanted to occupy all the kingdom of Andhra, that is Telugu speaking people. He wanted to unite all the Telugu speaking people. He realized that. According to the Mantana inscription, that mentioned that Ganapati Deva was called as Sakala Desa Pratishthapanacharya. That means he reoccupied, he consolidated the Kakatiya kingdom, which was originally under the Rudradeva period. That means the complete kingdom which was originally under the Rudradeva, that was captured, that was completely taken, and that was completely took under the control of the Ganapati Deva. So Ganapati Deva, he ruled for long period. Ganapati Deva, he ruled for the long period, that is 63 years. long reign of the Ganapati Deva united complete Andhra Pradesh. And he was also considered as one of the long reign ruler in the Indian history, like Amoghavarsha of the Rashtrakutas. Rashtrakuta Amoghavarsha, he ruled 67 years. The titles of the, coming to the point of the titles of Ganapati Deva, he was called as Andhra Desyadiswara, Sakala Desa Pratishthapanacharya, Prudviswara, Choda Kataka Churakara, Kauda Vinoda. These titles were given to the Ganapati Deva. And Ganapati Deva's personal history, he has two sons. He has no sons, he has two daughters. Ganapamba, the eldest daughter of the Ganapati Deva, she was given to the Kota Betarazu. And Rudrama Devi, the younger daughter of the Ganapati Deva, Rudrama Devi was given to the Chalukya Veerabhadra. Ganapati Deva was a good warrior, and he protected kingdom from the Pandyas, Hoysalas and Yadavas of Devagiri. He realized that Andhra should be united. That's why he started the conquest of Andhra Pradesh. First, in 1201, he concentrated on the Velanati Cholas. The first invasion in 1201 on the Velanati Cholas, this military expedition was conducted by his powerful army general Mutyala Chodaraya. By this time, Velanati Chola king was Rajendra Chola II. Rajendra Chola II was defeated in the hands of the Mutyala Chodaraya, and Mutyala Chodaraya, he occupied Bezawada. Bezawada was re-annexed. Bezawada was annexed by the Kakatiyas. Next, after the Velanati Chola kingdom, Kakatiya army or Ganapati Deva, he diverted his attention towards Divisima. Divisima, it is situated in present Krishna district. By that time, it was under the control of the Ayyana Choda family. Ayyana Choda family ruler Pinachoda. Pinachoda was the ruler of that area. For this military expedition, the army general of the Kakatiya kingdom, the army general of the Ganapati Deva was Mutyala Chodaraya. Mutyala Chodaraya, he defeated Pinachoda. That's why Mutyala Chodaraya, he was called as Dipi Luntana and Divi Churakara. Titles of the Mutyala Chodaraya, Dipi Luntana and Divi Chodakara. Pinachoda was defeated, and he gave his two daughters to the Ganapati Deva. Ganapati Deva married Naramba, Peramma, two daughters of the Pinachoda. And Pinachoda's son Jayapasenani, he was appointed as a governor of Divisima, and also he was appointed as the head of the elephantry in the Kakatiya kingdom, Gajasahini. Jayapasenani, he wrote Nrutta Ratnavali, Gita Ratnavali and Vaidya Ratnavali, 3 books on the music and dance. While Jayapasenani was Gajasahini, head of the elephantry, by this time head of the chariotry was Gangaya Sahini. Gangaya Sahini, he was the head of the chariotry. Next, after this Divisima, Ganapati Deva, he diverted his attention towards the Velanati Chola kingdom. Velanati Chola king Prudvisara, again he revolted against the Kakatiyas. So during this war, Ganapati Deva, he joined hands with Nelluru king Tikkasiddhi. Both Nelluru king Tikkasiddhi and Ganapati Deva, these two combined forces defeated Prudviswara. Prudviswara was captured, and Prudviswara head was removed from the body. With that head, Ganapati Deva and Tikkasiddhi, these two played football. This information was given by Tikkana in the Nirvachanottara Ramayana. According to Tikkana's Nirvachanottara Ramayanam. Tikkasiddhi and Ganapati Deva, these two played football with the head of Velanati Chola king Prudviswara. So Ganapati Deva got the title Prudviswara Sirakanduka Krida Vinoda. Prudviswara Sirakanduka Krida Vinoda. That title was given to the Ganapati Deva. So during this war, the army general of Ganapati Deva was Kayastha Ganga Sahini. Kayastha Ganga Sahini or Kayastha Ganga Senani, he was head of the powerful head of the chariotry. Already we discussed that. He was head of the chariotry. Kota rulers, by this time, Kota ruler was Dharani Kota ruler, the Kota ruler Rudra Deva. Kota Rudra or Rudra Deva. Kota Rudra, he accepted the suzerainty of the Kakatiyas. And Kota Rudra's eldest son, Kota Betarazu, married eldest daughter of the Ganapati Deva, Ganapamba. This already we mentioned in the discussion. So next, Ganapati Deva, with this war, with this battlefield, with this victory, Velanati victory, and the matrimonial relationship with Kota rulers, the power of the Kakatiyas became very strong. According to the 1212 Chaibrolu inscription, 1212 Chaibrolu inscription, Jayapasenani, after the completion of that, he returned from the South India. So ended the South Indian expedition. Next, 1228, Warangal and Girmazepeta inscriptions, they mentioned Ganapati Deva as Choda Kataka Chodakara. Choda Kataka Chodakara, that means he occupied all the Choda kingdoms. He defeated all the Chola kingdoms. That was the title given to the Ganapati Deva. Next, Ganapati Deva inscription belongs to the 1231 Ganapavaram inscription. Ganapavaram inscription of Ganapati Deva says that Ganapati Deva defeated Chola, Kalinga, Sevuna, Bruhat Karnataka and Latuladiswara. All these kingdoms were defeated by the Ganapati Deva based on the Ganapavaram inscription, which belongs to 1231. Nirvachanottara Ramayanam of Tikkana, it also says that Ganapati Deva defeated Sevuna army in the Kuruvaluru inscription, Kuruvaluru war. In the Kuruvaluru war, Sevuna army was defeated in the hands of the Ganapati Deva. The army general of Ganapati Deva, Induluru Somana, another army general of Ganapati Deva, Induluru Somana, he occupied and captured Kolanu area. And he became head of the Kolanu area. The descendants of the Induluru Somana, they were called as Kolanu chiefs. Kolanu chiefs served the entire, Kakatiya rule as army generals, great army generals. So, Bayaram inscription of Mailamba, it speaks about the victories of Ganapati Deva. Next, coming to the point of Ganapati Deva and the relation with Nelluru, battle of Muttukuru. Already we discussed that Nelluru Tikkasiddhi joined hands with Ganapati Deva. They defeated Prudviswara, played football with the head of the Prudviswara. After the death of Tikkasiddhi, his son Manamasiddhi too came to the throne. Whenever Manamasiddhi too came to the throne, there occurred troubles to the Manamasiddhi too. One side, Manamasiddhi too relatives Akkanna and Bayanna, they occupied some parts of the Nellore. Another side, Pandyas, they were again occupying some areas of the Nelluru. Pandyas were frequently they invaded on the Nelluru kingdom. With this, Manamasiddhi too, he seeked the help of the Ganapati Deva. So Ganapati Deva sent Samanta Bhoja to support the Manamasiddhi too. So Manamasiddhi army joined hands with the Manamasiddhi army joins with the hands of the Ganapati Deva. Both Nelluru army and Ganapati Deva army combinedly waged war with the Pandya ruler Jatavarma Sundara Pandya. In this battlefield, both the armies, Nelluru Telugu Choda armies and the Kakatiya armies, both were both were completely defeated in the hands of the Pandya ruler. Ganapati Deva army returned to the Kakatiya kingdom in 1263. This battle of Muttukuru 1263, it was a big blow to the Ganapati Deva. But by this time, Gangaya Sahini or Gangaya Senani, he recaptured Kadapa and he submitted Kadapa to the Ganapati Deva. Whatever it may be, Battle of Muttukuru, Ganapati Deva, he lost more. In the entire reign period of the Ganapati Deva, he faced only one defeat, that is Battle of Muttukuru. By this time, the health of the Ganapati Deva was also very bad. He fell ill and submitted his kingdom to his daughter Rudrama Devi. So Ganapati Deva, he submitted his kingdom to the Rudrama Devi because he has no sons. During the long reign of Ganapati Deva, he completed Warangal fort. Originally, the construction of the Warangal fort was started by the Prola II. Prola II started the construction of the Warangal fort. After the Prola II, Rudradeva partially he completed the Warangal fort and also he partially shifted capital to the Warangal fort. But coming to the point of the Ganapati Deva completely completed the Warangal fort, and Warangal fort became capital of the Ganapati Deva in his long period. And he completely shifted capital to the Warangal in 1254. And also he constructed 77 towers, that is burjus, bastions in the Warangal fort. Warangal fort became very strong. He developed Motupalli fort and also he issued Motupalli inscription, that is called as Motupalli Abhaya Sasana, was issued by the Ganapati Deva. Motupalli grant or Motupalli Abhaya Sasana issued by the Ganapati Deva for the cause of the protecting of the foreign traders. He protected foreign traders from the thieves, and also some officers, customs officers. He protected foreign traders from the pirates and as well as customs officers. That is Motupalli. Originally, Motupalli was given to the Ganapati Deva by Tikkasiddhi. And also he appointed Siddhadeva. He appointed Siddhadeva to restore the Abhaya Sasana, to protect the Abhaya Sasana, to protect the Motupalli. The Ganapati Deva, he constructed Ramappa, Parakala and Ganapavaram, Lakkavaram lakes during his period. Finally, Ganapati Deva, he died in 1268. The long reign of Ganapati Deva ended in 1268.